that I couldn't keep away from children. I'm like the Pied Piper. When I walk out, children follow me, and so do dogs. Everywhere I go, dogs follow me. A funny thing, from I was 14 years old, I was working with children with special needs, mostly children with Down syndrome and also the deaf and the blind. I just had a way with children from age 14. And so it was natural when I came to Jamaica. I was also a Kayla with the Cub Scouts. I didn't have time with all my singing and work, but I started 3 troops here, trained the officers. And then, of course, I had said that I was too busy to work, get involved with children with special needs, because you tend to take their worries home with you. But it was inevitable that I couldn't keep away from children. I'm like the Pied Piper. When I walk out, children follow me, and so do dogs. Everywhere I go, dogs follow me. No, it was wonderful. The talent in Jamaica is so incredible, and it grieves me because so many of these children from where they live, their areas, they'll never know it, they'll never be exposed. And I've helped so many of them through the Colgate Cavity Fighters, which I did on RGR for 26 years with Neville Willoughby, to help a lot of the children. I remember one little boy bought him his first guitar strings, and when the group ARP came out, my golly, he came here for me to coach him, same young man in his 20s. So children have always been there for me. Then when I was in university doing music, I also did 4 years as a side subject working with, they termed it as brain damaged children, all sorts of things, but speech was a very large part of it. And so it was natural that I started working with the autistic children who did not speak, children with cerebral palsy. In fact, I first had my association with what was then the Mona Rehab in the day after I came to Jamaica, because they were doing a show at the Ward Theatre and they had me on it immediately. So I was volunteering there from 1967, and then eventually I did over 20 years of helping people with their speech. The children who lived there, outpatients who came in with strokes and this kind of thing. So although I wasn't a registered speech therapist, I had done all the courses and things, and I was able, through volunteering, to help them. And then it started that children wanted to come to my house. It's unfortunate that, particularly the autistic children, and I heard the other day that it's 1 in every 35 children born in Jamaica that are autistic. That's a frightening figure. And unfortunately, the parents just cannot keep up with the bills. The speech therapy, the physiotherapy, the counseling, the medication, doctor's bills. So I try to help them. I do a lot of children. I've started them speaking who could not speak. I just love the children. Unfortunately, some of them love me to death. To death, literally. You see the bruises, because they always want to hold on to me. And some of them this was a 5-year-old. She just loves to sit on my lap. And that was the result. Anyway, it's been a lot. It's a funny thing. I can truly say I've had a love affair with Jamaica. From the first morning I wakened up here and saw my first real poinsettia and my first lizard. You have to forgive me. I love lizards. I pick them up if they get caught in the bath and can't get out. I'm an animal person. I've had so many choirs. When I was doing the Colgate Cavity Fighters, I had their choir and I took them around at Christmas to the children's homes, to hospitals, everywhere. And then I was, about 27 years, I went to Maxfield Park Children's Home and gave them 4 hours every Saturday afternoon. I worked with the children from they were 2 years old. I had 2 little marching bands. I did singing with them, groups, right up to the older ones, where I had a choir. We made quite a lot of money at Christmas. We sang in the plazas, we sang at King's House, all over. It was wonderful. So the music has been very, very instrumental, particularly with the children. In fact, there was a book done in Japan, strangely enough. They came here to do a movie with children's homes. It started because a director wondered how he was a great admirer of the Beatles. I'm showing my age now. And the Beatles, seemingly, he wondered why John Lennon, who had grown up in an orphanage, could create such wonderful lyrics and music. So that's what gave him the idea. He came to Jamaica, because seemingly we have more homes here than anywhere in the world. And he came to Maxfield Park, and it was wonderful. He took all my children. We did ring games, we sang, and he actually put us in this book in Japan. It's a CD book. You know, it has a CD in the book as well. So it was wonderful. So the children got a lot of exposure, which I think helped them, because many of them now still call me. You know, I got them jobs, you know, when they left, and some of them did get involved in music, which was wonderful.
How important is music for especially our special needs children?
Oh, I think it's very, very important. Um, well, at the home particularly, there were children there who were, because of their situation, you know, at home, their home life before they went there, they were slightly lacking in skills. And the music, it gave them peace. It brought them together, singing in a choir. You know, that there was a tremendous sense of togetherness, which I loved. Um, also, with quite a few of the autistic children, I teach them piano, which is amazing because it helps their, you know, their reflexes. It helps them. Some of them, they find it very difficult. They bang and bang. And then, like one girl I'm working with, it's amazing. She's actually starting to play. It's, you know, so music and art too are very, very important with them. One little boy came all the way from Atlanta. I won't go into the family name, but it was quite amazing. When I started him teaching, it was through music. I used to sing with it, and he'd go la 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 la, and eventually he started putting in words. So I think music is very important.
How satisfactory have you been with the work that you've been doing with children over the years with music particularly? Was it worthwhile?
It's oh yes, definitely. I mean, not monetary wise, so I can't afford a car anymore. No, it's oh no, it gives me such a lift. It really does. You know, sometimes because I'm alone, I'm all alone, which is sadly why I'm having to leave Jamaica. And you know, when all these children come in and I work with them, you know, when they leave, it really gives me a lift. I feel wonderful, and they're so loving. You know, you generally find that's why they hug me so much. They're very loving. And of course, as on the Colgate Cavity Fighters, of course, I was Auntie Pat. And that's going way back. So from the 70s, the whole of Jamaica has known me as Auntie Pat, which is wonderful. I go downtown and these old higglers are sitting there and they call out, Auntie Pat. I love it. No, the children, I think everyone should get involved with children. It's unfortunate that so many people who could give time do not. And they really could. We need it so badly. I want to see our children, as I say, we have so much talent, but I'm hoping that education, that we will improve, you know, that we find ways for, like the little child in the country, we might never know that he or she might be a terrific scientist or a doctor, or, you know, a musician, we'll never know. So I hope as the years go by, we will find ways, not just the government, the private sector, to help. A lot of them are doing it now. Help children. I want to see them fulfill their wishes, what some of them wish, you know, not to be a princess or something, to be something useful in life. I think when I die, if I can really say that I've been of some use, that money has never mattered to me. Possessions, I've given away so much, but to people are important to me, and animals. My dog is my best friend. No, I wish the children of Jamaica to do well, work hard, don't spend so much time on your phones. Study, yes, and read. Reading, you get a tremendous amount of knowledge from reading, and do well in whatever you do. Oh, I'm going to miss you all. I love you. I love you. Don't forget Auntie Pat, please. Love you.
Little teapot, short and stout, here's my handle, here's my spout. When I get to sing up, I will shout. Tip me over and pour me That is for the children.